All right. Let's see if we can get some people in here. I'll get it going. How's everyone doing? I'm just posting the links everywhere. I'm doing well. I can't complain. I really can never complain. I'm doing well. I just posted the links. See if we can get some people in here, and I'll get it going. Yeah, I don't have my camera on. I will though. Once we get into the charts, I'll have the camera on. All right. I'm gonna let a few more people get in here. I got the economic calendar. How we doing? How we doing? What's up, Caprice? I'm about to get it going in like 2 seconds. I 100% get tired of the snow, bro. I'm ready to move. I need to figure out where I want to go. 100% am tired of the snow. I don't like it. It's horrible. And you feel it too, because when you don't get enough sun, when you can't be outside in the sunlight, that really does affect you. Low vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the most important nutrients your body can get. And when you have a vitamin D deficiency, it affects everything. I take vitamin D in the winter to combat that, but It's just miserable. It's I'm miserable, you know, I'm blessed, but I don't want to be in the snow. I don't like the winter, brother. 100%. I'm tired of it. But all right, let's get into it, man. Let's hop into the charts. We will start on dollar. And let me pull up the economic calendar right here. Yeah, I hate the winter, bro. Don't even get me started. Don't get me started. I believe this right here is the correct economic calendar. Melanated. I've never heard that word. Melanated. I know what melanin is, but never heard that use of the word. But I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's. I'm definitely white, but I get dark. You know, I'm Italian and Portuguese, so in the sun I get darker. Like I get really tan in the summer. When I'm in the sun a lot, I get really dark. Yeah, I love the snow. Or I love the sun, hate the snow. All right. Let's get right into it, man. Let me adjust my mic and we come to New Orleans. Interesting. I don't think New Orleans would be my choice. To be completely honest with you, brother. Maybe Florida or somewhere out the country even. If anything, it would be like Florida or Puerto Rico for me, for a place in the U.S. I used to play soccer. I used to follow it a lot as well. But I don't anymore. I love soccer though. It's a big part of my childhood. I was really good at soccer, honestly, when I was younger. Like, I think if I just stuck with like if I really focused on soccer, I could have been good. But I stopped playing sophomore year. I think sophomore year of high school I stopped playing because I didn't really like the kids on the team. I'll close my door and we'll get it going. All right. All right. Let's go. So, you guys know the drill. The very first thing that we do is check the economic calendar for the week. This economic calendar is going to be different every single week, right? We start on Monday, we work our way through, and we get an idea of what days there's volatility in price action, because when there's red folder news on a day, we're going to have energy, we're going to have volatility. And so when you see a big 3 news driver later in the week, what tends to happen is price tends to weigh up for that news driver. Again, everything that we do is operating out of probabilities. Everything that we do is operating out of the idea that there is a higher likelihood of this happening than the other. It's not a guarantee. Nothing that we do is guaranteed. Everything that it's like a casino, right? It's all numbers. There's no difference between trading and owning a casino. It's all numbers. People show up, they'll make money from the casino some nights. They keep going to the casino, they'll lose money. So on a Monday with a USD bank holiday like today, there is a much higher likelihood that today is low probability. And so for that reason, I'm just going to avoid bank holidays altogether, because I know that over the long term, you know, once we have a significant sample size of trading on days with bank holidays, it's going to be less favorable for my edge, right? So do you guys really understand that? That's super, super important to understand. I get these comments all the time. I try not to get annoyed by it, but it's like, man, bro, like you just don't understand what you're saying. If like I'll be doing a forecast and I'll get messages the next day about, oh, you said Monday wasn't going to be good. You said Monday was going to be low probability because there's no news. Brother, we're operating off of probabilities. It's not a guarantee that the trade you take is going to be a win, a loss. It's not a guarantee that the analysis we do is going to be A1 perfect every time. It's not a guarantee that a day with red folder news is going to have volatility. It's not a guarantee that a day without red folder news is going to have volatility. So I'm going on a rant here. The point I'm trying to make here is everything that we do is probabilities, right? So there is a higher likelihood of a bank holiday type of day being low probability consolidation than it not. and over a extremely large sample size, that becomes more and more apparent, right? So I'm not going to trade bank holidays. All that to say, right? I just went on a big rant there. It doesn't matter. All that to say, I'm not going to trade bank holidays because I know over the long term that's not favorable for my trading, right? So that's what it's about. It's not about, oh, this Monday expanded, bro. You know, I thought it was a bank holiday. You get what I'm saying? Very important to understand. So rant, but trying to make a point there. So Monday bank holiday, I'm not interested in trading today. I didn't even look at the charts. This right now, this forecast is the very first time that I've looked at the charts. I haven't looked at the charts since Friday. Since 12 p.m. Friday, I haven't looked at the charts. That's how it needs to be. Like, in my opinion, I'm not over invested in these charts anymore. My best trading has come once I detach from the trading, stop caring as much, and just set a period of time to trade. So I show up 9:30 to 12, I execute harmony, and if it's there, cool. If it's not, it's not, and I move on to the next day, and my brain takes off. You know, I'm really trained. This is something that I had to really train myself to do. It's not something that happened overnight. I had to train myself to turn my brain off outside of market hours. So now what I have ironed into my brain is 9:30 to 12. Anything outside of that is irrelevant to me. Unless it's a Sunday and I'm doing a forecast or I'm doing some kind of teaching with my students or something like that, I'm not looking at the charts and I'm not thinking about the charts because, like I said, my best trading has come once I detached and stopped caring. I'm still managing risk and caring about the trading, but I'm not obsessing over it. I'm not over-investing, overindulging myself in these charts. So let me chill on the rants. We have AUD red folder today, right? Which is interesting, but I'm still really not interested ever in trading on a day with USD bank holiday. And I'm only trading ES and NQ with Harmony. So because it's a USD bank holiday, I was not interested today. Like I said, this was the very first time I've looked at the charts, and it's just to do this forecast for you guys. He said, bro, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's Jerome. My YouTube is under my wife. Oh, what's up, Jerome? I'll cook you one-on-one. You probably will, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't played since sophomore year of high school, so you probably will, brother. Tuesday we have British pound red folder, Canadian dollar red folder, USD. Trump is speaking. AUD and NZD. What is tentative? Does tentative mean like it's not a set time? It's just gonna happen at some point in the day, or what? I actually don't know what tentative means. It's probably something I should know. Here, I'm gonna look it up really quick. I'm assuming tentative means it's not like a set time. Of or pertaining to a trial or trials, experimental, uncertain, subject to future change. Right, okay, uncertain. Tentative is uncertain. So, yeah, that's what I thought. It's probably just randomly gonna happen. They don't know when. It's uncertain. So, tentative Trump speaks. We don't know when on Tuesday, but that's good red folder, volatility injection. Again, I'm mainly focused on USD for myself. So for Harmony, for the model that I trade with ES and NQ, because I'm only trading, the US markets, the indices, I'm worried about US dollar red folder. Today, checked out, don't care about the markets, first time looking at the charts. Tuesday, I have red folder for USD. For those of you that trade Forex, pound, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, and New Zealand dollar all have red folder. So that's great to see for the people that trade Forex. You want to be trading on these days with red folder. We have FOMC on Wednesday. So we'll see if Tuesday wants to hold up and wait for that big 3 news driver like I just mentioned, right? There is a chance that, today's garbage, right? Because it's a bank holiday. And then for USD, because we have this major big 3 news event on Wednesday, maybe we just consolidate and mess around again for US dollar because it's holding up for this FOMC, right? But all we're doing is using these news drivers to get an idea of how the weekly candle is going to deliver. So Wednesday we have FOMC on US dollar, British pound has red folder, CPI, Australian dollar has red folder. Thursday we have unemployment claims red folder. So really the days I'm most interested are going to be Wednesday through Friday for USD, for Harmony model. For those of you that are trading the model with me or just trading USD correlated, instruments, Wednesday to Friday is really what I'm interested in. I will be looking to trade Tuesday. If it presents the opportunity, if it shows willingness to want to expand prior to FOMC, then I'll trade. But it wouldn't surprise me if we don't. So pretty much how I'm approaching this. Tuesday through Friday is really the most volatile days, and then today I took off because there's a bank holiday. 9:30, 12 from where you're talking US. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time, EST. So New York time. When I'm talking about any type of time, I'm talking about Eastern Standard New York time, like the New York Stock Exchange time. What's up, Dreamer? How we doing? And then yeah, Friday we have pound, euro, pound, Canadian dollar, US dollar. So there's a ton of red folder this week, and we have FOMC on Wednesday. So most of my interest will be after FOMC, but I'm curious to see if we expand tomorrow prior to FOMC or not, or if we just wait up for it. If we show the creation of fair value gaps tomorrow, I will trade Harmony. If we, just are consolidating garbage, we don't get anything, then I'll wait for FOMC, and then my focus is really going to be on Thursday and Friday. So we'll see how that goes. But that is my game plan going into the week. Now, all rants aside, we can get into dollar. Love to see the analysis and thought process playing out here. This is exactly what we called, I believe, last week. Did we do this? We did the forecast last week, right? It was either last week or the week before. But I said I'm looking for a pullback now on dollar to offer fair value on the monthly, right? So for me, we have this BISI right here. We also have this area of fair value, right? We offer buy side, we offer sell side, we offer buy side. So if dollar is going to go higher, I want to see it do so from this area in here. I want to see price wick this area in here and respect and head higher towards the external range here. Previous month high, this swing point that's being created. If we're going to have bullish dollar. If we're not, and we begin to disrespect that area for value, we can look to target deeper, and we might just be getting lower dollar. So I've been bearish on dollar based on the order flow. I'm always reacting to the order flow. I'm reacting to the fair value gaps. They tell me where price is drawing to, where it's pointing. And I genuinely believe this is the most simple and accurate way of viewing price action. So we traded into this area where we can potentially find support here, this area of fair value. We have the BISI down here. I want to see how price reacts from this area in this range. This is the monthly offering fair value exactly as we want it. So love to see that. Very, very nice. Not much to pull from the weekly, right? I'm always focused on the most recent legs, but as of right now, there's just not much to pull from it. There's no PD raise to trade off of. We're on this third candle. So this second candle was an expansion lower. This third candle can consolidate and set up a weekly fair value gap, or we can just continue lower. Or we react, right? So I need to gauge the order flow. At this point on dollar, I'm waiting for more order flow because what we have here now is a daily SIBI. Today likely creates a daily SIBI, and what we can see is a extremely range day on dollar. Why is this a range day on dollar? Because it was a US dollar bank holiday. So you guys see the logic here? We were able to avoid a consolidating dollar, which affects everything else, just by looking at the economic calendar, right? So it's not a guarantee that every single day that I do that, it's going to be garbage, low probability. But over a significant sample size, over a significant period of time, avoiding this is more favorable, and you're going to see that this is more likely to be days like this. So USD bank holiday tends to be consolidation. So looking at this leg, this is how I'm marking it out. Here to here. And this leg on the daily is going to be very, very telling. It's going to be very telling for what happens here. Do we offer fair value on the monthly and begin to trade higher and invalidate this daily leg? Or do we hold this daily leg and dig deeper? So right now, dollar is 50-50 to me in terms of I'm waiting for more information. We're pulling back on the monthly to an area of fair value. I need to see a shift in order flow for me to be bullish, right? So for me to want higher on dollar, I need to see the 4-hour and daily shift. And if they don't, then I'm going to continue to look for lower dollar. If this leg just respects and we continue to get lower dollar, then I'm not going to be bullish yet. I'm expecting a deeper retracement. So it really comes down to when we get our shift and flip on the 4-hour and daily. And until then, I'm going to be bearish dollar. But we are at an area where we can begin to find support. So that is my dollar analysis. Indices. feel very, very, very in sync with indices. Been doing my live trading in the academy, and we've just been calling price to the T. Even in extended periods of consolidation, I feel like we've been consistently calling price to the T, and it's been very, very nice to see. You know, it's just testament to the concepts and what we do. So all-time highs as draw. As we mentioned, we've been bullish on indices. You can fact check me on that. We've been very bullish on indices. We were in consolidation, which means we're expecting these highs and lows to sweep as they have. You know, when price is in a consolidation, we're expecting the external of the ranges to just sweep and work back in. But what we're seeing now is finally a new daily fair value gap to the upside, and I would love to see price just continue to expand towards this buy side up here, because we want to see price work out of this consolidation. You know, we want to see new gaps higher be respected by price. We want to see price work out of that consolidation. So we already took, actually we didn't take this buy side yet, did we? So we have this buy side. I'm just going to mark out our buy side targets, right? We have this buy side. I want to see price continue to trade higher. Now it's interesting right here. All these lows, it really depends on what order flow says. If the 1 hour flips and points lower, I'll be bearish towards this to long off of. So a retracement back to this leg. But if we just continue bullish, right? If we just expand out of this consolidation and price doesn't flip, then I'm going to just look for the next buy side target. So do you see how I'm reacting to price and I'm reacting to what the order flow is saying? This to me is like a low resistance liquidity signature. And so this could get ran, but I'm not going to be looking for that unless the 1 hour flips bearish. So if the 1 hour flips bearish and we're pointing lower, then I'll look for a retracement to that daily gap for us to head higher off of. But right now, the way this candle's forming, it's not really saying that. So we'll see. It would not surprise me if we sweep this buy side, work right back into this daily BISI, and then expand off that. So these two buy side objectives are going to be very telling. Do we sweep these and work back for the BISI right here and offer fair value on the daily? Or do we just break away gap and continue to expand? How do I know which is occurring? By gauging the lower time frame order flow. This is all stuff that I teach in the academy and my students. It's just about reading the lower time frame order flow and where it's pointing. So we'll see how that goes, right? I'm going to wait for more information. Right now, again, this is a low resistance signature for me. So we'll see if this wants to pull back towards the daily BISI or if we just want to break away gap and expand. But either way, I'm open to both. And I'm interested in tomorrow because we do have red folder. It is the day prior to FOMC meeting minutes, but if we get for value gaps in intention from price, it doesn't really matter if there's a big 3 news driver the next day because price is showing willingness to expand. It's showing energy. So the only time waiting for an FOMC, let me pull this back up just because I want to actually articulate this well. So the only times I'm saying, okay, price is waiting for a big 3 news driver, right? So the only time I'm going to be like, okay, price is waiting for FOMC is if Tuesday is showing a lack of fair value gaps. If Tuesday is showing consolidation profile and showing a lack of willingness to expand, I'm saying, okay, price is holding up for this big 3 news event. And that makes sense logically. This happens. It tends to happen. But if we come into Tuesday tomorrow and we're getting fair value gaps, you know, be it sweeping that high and working back towards the gap or expanding through and breakaway gapping, if there is the presence of fair value gaps and price action, then I'm going to trade it because it's telling me it's not waiting up for that news driver. So that's very important to understand. Afandi, what's up, bro? How you doing, brother? It's been a minute. Been a minute, brother. I hope you're doing well, man. But yeah, those are my thoughts on S&P. It's going to be very similar analysis on NASDAQ. All-time highs as draw. These markets are made to go up, man. We've been saying this. You know, this is just the reality of how these markets book. You know, the S&P and NASDAQ US markets are going to go up. We view pullbacks as such, just retracements to continue higher. If the markets are going down consistently, like from a macro perspective, there's something fundamentally wrong, right? So all-time highs is my draw as well, weekly. On the third candle after this second candle expansion right here, So we'll see what kind of profile we look to create this week. I would not be surprised if we just run straight towards these highs. There's a lot of volatility this week, but it really depends on what the lower time frames say. So looking at the daily, I'm always focused on the most recent order flow and where we can head higher from. Where does price want to head higher from here? Well, today we're likely creating a new daily BISI. What is today? Straight chop. Do you guys see how much of a cheat code this can be? Understanding the news. Like I said, I saved myself so much. This stuff is underrated and it adds up. Being able to preserve your mental capital, being able to preserve your brain points. Holy fuck. I just fucking died. It's an underrated skill set to have, to be able to. I just started lagging, bro. Yo, I actually just started lagging in real life. It's an underrated skill set to have, man, when you're able to preserve mental capital and identify days that you know are going to be low probability and just sit out, fully sit out. Very, very underrated skill set to have. So I just preserved so much brain points, not even looking at the charts until now. You know, I wouldn't even be looking at the charts right now if I wasn't doing a forecast for you guys. Yo, who made me lag like that? That shit was crazy. But yeah, so very, very underrated and important thing to understand. Completely avoided. Let's look at the profile for today. Let's just look at the delivery. Honestly, this move lower wasn't bad. But in terms of zooming out and what we actually did, chop on the 1 hour. This little move lower was actually nice though, not gonna lie. But yeah, man, over the long over a large sample size, over a significant period of time, that's where the probabilities start to play out of avoiding days, USD bank holidays. You're going to see that it's just an unfavorable thing for your model. It's not favorable to consistently trade these days. So, likely have a daily BISI set up here today, and then we can potentially expand higher off of that. That would be really nice to see if we can tag into this on indices and work higher. We have the lack. This is interesting because NQ is providing more color here, right? We have the lack of it for value gap on ES because of this. This wasn't an expansion candle, or NQ was, right? And so what we could see is NQ just want to expand off of that. If that's the case, we're going to look for longs. And ES might just not even tag this BISI and we might just bag. So it really comes down to what the lower time frame order flow is saying tomorrow. And we'll be watching this. But I'm still bullish biased looking at these highs, right? I'm still looking at all-time highs on indices. And yeah, it's just a matter of, do we want to retrace to deliver higher off of this? Or do we want to just bag and run straight to these buy-side objectives? So that's what I'm gauging, but I'm still bullish. Highest probability trades are going to be longs. When you have the monthly, weekly, daily order flow pointing in one direction, your highest probability trades are going to be in the direction of them. So let's look at YM, right? Dow expanding off of this weekly BISI, kind of just consolidating. I mean, indices have been in an extended period of consolidation. You guys have heard me talk about this constantly. A lot of chop here on the daily on Dow. There's not much to pull from this. Still looking for higher prices. This consolidation up here is a target. But not much to say about that. This looks pretty gross too. Pretty gross. Gross stuff. Yeah, disgusting. I'm not even going to look at that. I'm good. Russell looks gross. 1 p.m. to Portuguese. It's 1 p.m. there, or you're talking about 9:30 New York is 1 p.m. for you? Euro. We're going to continue to be bullish on euro if we're going to continue to be bearish on dollar, right? So if dollar wants to continue lower and dig deeper on this retracement offering fair value, then we're looking for this BISI, sorry, this SIBI to get hit. This bearish fair value gap right here. But it really depends on the direction of dollar. We do have daily fair value gaps pointing higher, daily bullish order flow. Next buy side objective, as well as this previous candle high, I'd be looking at, do we want to retrace into this area here and offer fair value on the daily, or do we want to just breakaway gap and expand? Well, that's going to be told by the 1 hour order flow. And right now the 1 hour is pointing lower. So if the 1 hour continues to respect bearish PD raise and dig lower, we're going to look for a retrace into that gap right there on the daily. But it really comes down to dollar, like we always say. It's very, very contingent on the direction of dollar and what dollar is saying. If we're going to be bearish dollar and expecting it to dig deeper, then we're going to be bullish on EU, GU, AU, NU. And the inverse is true on any USD, XXX pairs. I'm not in my Forex bag anymore, though. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I traded Forex for a long time, so I still understand it and am knowledgeable about it. I can provide value and insights, but I'm not in my bag the way I was before. Like, I'm not in tune with them. Just been focusing on ES and NQ, and then I shut my brain off, and I feel so good. I feel great, man. This is honestly some of the... it is the best I've felt trading. It's the best I've felt ever trading. Just with this model, only focusing on ES and NQ. Because I'm no longer worried about anything else. And I can just like shut my brain off and focus on being a better man outside of the charts. Show up to the charts during my time and execute. GU creating those daily for value gaps. Again, right now it's saying bags. It's not pointing lower. And I'm assuming this order flow on the 1 hour is not bearish, right? This is bullish order flow pointing higher. So potentially we just bag. GU looks a lot stronger than EU right now. Just looking at the daily candle expansions, right? It almost looks like EU is holding up to retrace to that BISI, whereas GU wants to just expand and bag. So interesting stuff. Very, very contingent on the direction of dollar. So I'm never trading these majors unless I have an idea of what dollar wants. Trading into this area for value here. Going to continue to dig deeper if we get lower dollar. I would like to see shorts from this area if dollar flipped. So if we got nice reaction from dollar and we flip bullish on dollar, then I think this AU and NU can be really nice for lower. But we need to see the dollar agree with that trade idea. But I do think that could be really nice if dollar agrees. We need to see the order flow flip. We need to see all of those things check out before looking for lower. I'm not calling lower yet. I'm submitting to higher prices as long as dollar is bearish, right? So that's very important. A very, very important distinction to make. We need dollar to be on side of our trade ideas when we're trading majors. But yeah, AU and NU lower could be nice if dollar flips. It really comes down to the direction of dollar. And I'm submitting to what dollar is doing right now until the order flow flips. So yeah, we're into this leg offered fair value weekly. Just kind of consolidating, messing around here daily as well. Bullish order flow, creating a BISI today. Within this area for value, I could definitely see us wick this. I'd like to see this candle, if dollar agrees, wick this to close. And that just makes a lot of sense for me in terms of this monthly candle delivery, right? Open, low, high, close. Open, low, high, close. So retracement here, respecting this area for value, just makes a lot of sense to me in terms of the monthly candle delivery, but we need to see dollar on side with that. Exact same thing here on NU. Exact same thing. These are correlated pairs, so you're always looking to frame your longs on the relatively stronger of the two and your shorts on the relatively weaker of the two, but it's the exact same analysis here. All right, USD CAD in a monthly BISI as well. So if we do see dollar flip here, this could be very nice. Monthly internal, we have these highs. If we just continue to dig deeper, well, then we're just going to look for our next sell side target. That's a crazy bearish monthly candle. Excuse me. Daily SIBI right here. For us to potentially deliver lower off of if we continue to see bearish dollar. So you have some nice stuff setting up on majors. I think there's some good trade ideas, some good context to operate within. But again, it's just, I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's all contingent on the direction of dollar. So keep that in mind. I hate these Monday bank holidays. Look at the daily candle close. Bro, is it the same thing that keeps happening? Is it the TVC dollar that's messing up? Hold on, wait. Remember this happened before. I hate these Monday bank holidays. Look at the daily candle close Monday and Tuesday. It is in the same candle. Monday and Tuesday. I'm so confused, bro. I'm very confused by what you're saying. But I remember last time we were talking about dollar, it wasn't reflecting the on TVC. I don't know what you mean. Oh, on indices. Oh, what the how does that work? So it's just showing a Tuesday can't. Yeah, I'm lost. That changes things. It's showing today's. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm not equipped to understand what's going on here. Why is it saying this is a Tuesday candle, bro? What? I'm lost. I didn't even notice that, bro. You be noticing some stuff that I just don't even notice. I just figured this is a Monday candle. Why is it showing as Tuesday? I'm so confused. Hi, if we liquidity sweep buy side and liquidity sweep sell side is our bias bullish or bearish, meaning that's not like there's too much nuance from the top down analysis for me to answer that. Like that's not enough information for me, because what you're giving me is just like a random range. So if we're looking at a random, all right, let me try to explain what I'm trying to say here. If we liquidity sweep buy side, okay, so we liquidity sweep buy side, and then we liquidity sweep sell side. What I'm trying to say here is I need more than just you can operate off one range, but you need a top down understanding of what price is trying to do to know which direction that range should head in. So, meaning which is more important, the first or second? Yeah, it's not that one is more important than the other. It's that one of them is going to be in alignment with the higher time frame narrative. And so what I mean by that is, think about the range this range we just drew out. This is just not enough to frame. I frame my narrative from the top down. So how I trade is just having one range on a 4 hour or something for me. I could trade off of it, but it's not as high probability. And what I always do is I'm framing my trades from the top down. So if we have a range in context of the higher time frame, that's when we know which liquidity sweep is significant. That's when we know this is the liquidity sweep that's going to hold. And so what I mean by this is, let's say like NQ, for example. NQ on the monthly is like this, right? Indices are made to go up. These US markets are made to go up. And so when we have a range and we know that the narrative of price is to deliver higher, we have a draw higher towards this buy side. Well, that range, that sweep of sell side becomes more significant and important because we're expecting this range to sweep and head higher. And so I wouldn't be looking, does that make sense? These ranges they're important. I'm obsessed with ranges, and I'm only focused on the most recent ranges, the most recent legs, but I need them in context of what the higher time frame is doing. So from the top down, I need to frame a narrative around where price is trying to deliver. And then that tells me which sweeps are significant, right? So if I'm expecting price to deliver higher, then a sell side sweep is more significant because I'm looking for longs off of this. This is your highest probability trade. And so that's how we frame our narrative to the upside. Let's say we're expecting price to head higher, right? And we have this. This is our area of fair value. I'm expecting price to find support here. I'm expecting price to deliver higher off of this, because we're bullish biased. If that fails and then we hunt these lows, this becomes a significant area where we can find support and I can look to long price. And so this is where the sweep, this is where the sweeps, you need narrative from the top down. You need an idea of where price is trying to go. So that's where this sweep becomes significant. Versus when we take this high up here of this range, I'm expecting that to just get ran through. And I'm expecting price to find support here again. And then it offers fair value, right? So that's how I trade, you know, in the simplest. I don't know how else to describe it. Hopefully I answered your question. Or I tried to at least. But what if we're on a higher time frame, we liquidity sweep both? Again, it comes down, like right here. We're sweeping both sides, right? We're on the weekly. We sweep buy side and sell side. We're just in an extended period of consolidation, but understanding the narrative from the top down, we know that price wants to seek all-time highs. So how is it going to deliver there? Well, that's where framing the narrative from the weekly range, the daily range, the 4-hour range, how price is going to get where it's trying to go. So if price is going to deliver higher towards that buy side objective, again, I don't know why this is a Tuesday candle, so we'll have to see how this looks tomorrow, and I don't understand that. I have no answer for you guys. But if this is a BISI right here, I would want to see price potentially deliver higher off that towards the buy side, because there's nothing here on the weekly right now to offer fair value at. And so everything that I'm doing is based around these ranges, the most recent ranges, and then understanding is price offering fair value, or is it seeking liquidity, which is the exact same thing as internal and external. It's just different terminology. It's just a specific, terminology around it. So internal is offering fair value, external is seeking liquidity, and these ranges are only ever doing that. That's all it is. But the edge is the ability to frame that narrative from the top down. So I just wanted a big rant answering that question. I don't know what pair I was on. I actually have no idea what pair I was on. So let's just speed through this a little bit. Weekly chop, daily flipped. Okay, so we have SIBIs lower, and we have bearish dollar still. I'm submitting to that bearish bias of dollar until this order flow flips. I'm not ready to call a bottom on dollar. I'm never in the business of calling bottoms. I let order flow tell me where it's going. I let order flow confirm that it's flipped. I let order point me in the direction that price wants to go, and then I align with that. I'm never in the business of calling tops and bottoms. So you always want to submit to that higher time frame order flow and trend, because that's your bet. The trend is your friend. I took a loss 2 weeks because of this Monday, Tuesday. I thought the move was already happening on Forex chart on a daily trade. We got to look into this. Let's look into it in the Discord, because I'm just as confused as you right now. Why would it say that? Why is it saying it's a Tuesday candle? I guess because do they just not factor in bank holidays in the futures contracts? I don't really understand the logic of why they wouldn't. There must be some reason behind futures. It must be something with CME Group, like the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and then futures contracts. I don't really understand it. Yeah, I don't get. And then if you look at the 4-hour, it's reflecting Monday. The 4-hour shows it correctly, but the daily is showing it as Tuesday. I believe this will be a Monday candle tomorrow, and then we'll have this daily gap. I don't know. We'll see. I don't understand it. I'm not going to try and invest myself in figuring it out. If someone understands it, let me know. But yeah, daily SIBI up here. Still bearish dollar, submitting to that order flow on dollar. Weekly, not much to pull. Daily, delivering lower, still bearish order flow. We have a new SIBI right here. Only focused on this leg now, right? Why am I only focused on this leg? It's the current price leg. And this leg already offered fair value. So what do we expect it to do? We expect it to seek this liquidity, this external down here. So I'm looking for this to go if we get continued bearishness on dollar as we expect. Do you ever trade individual stocks? I don't. I purely trade futures right now. I trade futures prop. So I have prop accounts on a copier, and then I trade a personal account. And I purely trade futures right now. In terms of investments and stuff, I want to invest in a bunch of different stocks, but I haven't been going as hard with the actual like personal investing as I should be. So that's something I want to be focusing on. The other thing I want to do is trade out of my Roth. I think that would be sick. And then you have tax-free gains. But I'm really just focused on futures. Futures are they're just perfect. It's the perfect instrument. It truly is. I will debate anyone on Forex versus futures. It's not even close. I'm going to make a full YouTube video on that and talk about why. I don't want to impose my belief on anyone. Of course, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, right? I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to impose my belief, but I'm just telling you my personal opinion is it's not even close. But I'll leave you guys to make that decision yourself. I'll make a video on it and you can make your own assessment. This is just straight chop. I hate crude oil right now. I would not touch crude oil with a 1,000-yard pole right now. Just stay away from crude oil. This is garbage price action. What are we doing? Consolidating on the monthly. The weekly had a sell-off here to this busy. Now we're finding some support. Daily is consolidating. No fair value gaps are holding. You have a buy side imbalance, sell side imbalance. Neither are holding. Would not surprise me if this gets invalidated now because that's just seek and destroy profile. I'm not interested in crude oil at all. I got you. I remember you were pointing that out to me a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Weekly busy down here. We're showing no sign of wanting to retrace towards that. Eyes go to the buy side objective as long as the 4-hour and daily order flow begins to point higher. We do have a daily SIBI here, which is interesting. Daily SIBI forming here. We'll see if we want to deliver off this. What we could see is price. Let me get my arrow back. What we could see is price trade into this, respect it, and deliver lower to retrace into this weekly BISI. That's something that could very, very much happen. And so I'll be gauging how price reacts and how the 1-hour and 4-hour order flow reacts from this daily SIBI that gets created today. We have 4-hour SIBI right here, and we'll see. Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on price action here. This daily SIBI will be interesting. Very, very telling. If we want to retrace to that weekly for value gap or not. If we invalidate this daily BISI, then we're just bagging on the weekly, meaning we're just not retesting this gap, or we're not testing this gap. This becomes a breakaway gap, and we're just running towards the buy side without testing this gap down here. That's all going to be determined off of the way we deliver off of this current daily leg. Do we invalidate it and trade higher? Then I'm just bullish towards the buy side, or do we respect it and the 1-hour flips? Then I'm bearish towards the sell side and the weekly gap right here. So a lot of waiting right now. But you guys see how everything that I do is if this, then that. Every thesis I make is based on the order flow, based on where it's pointing. If this, then that. If not this, then that. Silver looks a lot lower probability to me. Daily chop, huge wick. This candle's crazy. This daily candle is insane. Gold has been much more bullish and higher probability for longs, in my opinion. I'm not interested in making sense of charts like this. There's nothing here for me in how I view price to pull from, really. Like, there really isn't anything here. We're sweeping this high. We're in a consolidation, right? Trading lower. The 4-hour put in the top right here is respecting this SIBI. So like I said, we could see gold want to test that daily SIBI and then trade lower off of it. So if I'm bearish gold, I'm more often than not going to be bearish silver as well, right? GJ, I'll look at GBP, JPY for you in a second. All right. Bitcoin for the crypto heads. Internal range liquidity, right? Buy side, imbalance, sell side, inefficiency. Being respected by price. Whoa, I read that. That just feels weird reading that. Reading that sentence, Sato, feels weird. That does not feel right. I don't like calling them that. Just call them crosses or something, bro. That shit feels weird. I don't even want to read it out loud. I have a dark sense of humor. But nah, in all seriousness, I can look at some if you want, some of the crosses. I'll look at GJ as well. ERS. He means the Forex pairs. What's the difference between XAU USD and gold GC1. Okay, so the only difference is the instrument. The only difference is GC. How do I pull it up? The only difference is this is a futures contract, right? The instrument we're trading here is a futures contract. So it's basically a derivative contract agreement. XAU USD is a CFD. Just two different means of trading the exact same asset, which is gold. So this is a contract for difference. Commodity CFD. And so what you will see is that GC1, because it is just purely because it's a future, because it's Chicago Mercantile Exchange, you know, centralized data, it's less manipulated. There's honestly, I would need to look up the actual open interest or whatever volume of CFD versus gold futures, but I'm assuming gold is more traded in terms of volume and liquidity. But I know for certain that gold is going to provide better trading conditions than XAU USD, because XAU USD is a CFD, and this is going to be provided by a bunch of different brokers. You can see all the different brokers that provide a feed for XAU USD. So this can all be manipulated, and this is why I prefer futures over CFD and Forex. Trying to strike a chord. Yeah. For real, I think that's why as soon as I read it, it's just there's so many memes about that word. I don't even want to say it. There's nothing wrong with saying it. It just feels weird. What's the difference between XAU USD? Okay, yeah, I already read that. Yeah, shout out Kendrick, man. Shout out Kendrick. But yeah, I think he's just talking about the crosses. We can look at some. You said GBP JPY, right? I got you. So I would highly recommend you guys lay out your Forex like this. You can see the different baskets, currencies, and pairs. So anything XXX yen right now is very bearish. You can see right here. And you want to be framing your trade ideas around the highest probability XXX yen pair. The weakest. If you're looking for shorts, you want to be framing it around the weakest and highest probability of them. GBP JPY consolidation all in the monthly. We are respecting this gap, but it's not pretty. Weekly bearish order flow pointing lower. Just consolidation. I already don't like this. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I don't like this off the bat. We are creating a bullish imbalance here. It wouldn't surprise me if this fails. I do not like GBP JPY at all. What we could see is a sweep of this low, and then we work right back into the range higher. So this could hold as well. I just don't like it. This feels low probability. You're operating within a monthly consolidation, a monthly chop. And so I would much rather pick a better pair. I think there's way better pairs that you could be trading than this. This may hold. This daily internal may hold for higher towards external to work back into this monthly range, but I just don't like it. There's not much that I like from this right now. Straight consolidation, sweeping this sell side, likely working back into the range. So this may hold, but I just think overall low probability because the direction isn't as clear. We're just operating in chop. Is there something here that looks clearer, that isn't operating in chop, that wants to move lower? Let's see. I could see this BISI failing. If we create a new daily fair value gap through this, this could be nice shorts to the sell side on Swiss franc yen. Same thing with euro yen. If these flip and get invalidated, could be nice shorts towards the sell side. At least that's what I'm seeing. Bro, you look like the neighborhood shroom. You're tripping, bro. This guy's tripping. Bro, you guys are on some shit today. Oh my gosh. One dude's talking about miners. Caprice is talking about shrooms. I know he wasn't actually talking about miners. He's talking about Forex miners, but you guys are tripping. My girlfriend's in the other room. She's gonna hear me saying that. Like, what are you talking about? Yo. EC. GBP, Australian dollar. What's EC? Euro CAD or Euro CHF? Which EC? Is Euro CHF even a... Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say. Monthly consolidation. Weekly. Sibi right here. Within the consolidation. External. Daily consolidation. 4-hour consolidation. I'm good. I don't even want to. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You guys are overindulging in this right now because these look terrible. You just gotta wait. I would wait for clarity in Forex. I would wait for cleaner price action all around. Let's look at GBP AUD. You guys saw that FTMO bought Oanda? That's crazy. Monthly bullish order flow. Weekly consolidation. These all look terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, it's sweeping the low. I get what you're saying, 2 candle rejection. But these all just do not look good in terms of clarity where they're delivering. I can see this delivering towards the buy side. In terms of, yeah, this looks better. Just from a higher time frame perspective, I don't love it. We're operating in this chop. You do have monthly bullish order flow on your side. GBP AUD is the better looking one out of everything I've seen so far. I mean, this feels clear to me to go higher. But all contingent on dollar as well. But yeah, I see the logic here. Just don't like Forex right now. I think Forex looks terrible. But this is nice in terms of the signature for upside. Want to see the start of a daily buy model here. I see the logic. But in terms of the higher time frame, it's just really, really sloppy. Would like to see this push higher now. Monthly bullish order flow, weekly just kind of messing around, consolidating. Daily, want to see this low hold. But yeah, I don't like Forex right now. I think Forex looks really bad. I think most things have been very, very low probability. And so during times when every asset class you seem to look at looks low probability, you know not to press the gas. And you know it's just January, February. It's Q1. This is Q1, typical Q1 price action, personality trait. This is what Q1 price action tends to do. Accumulate for the weekly profile. I mean, for the yearly profile. Q1 is usually not clean price action. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, in terms of Forex, I think if dollar has more clarity, I prefer the majors over any of these crosses right now. But I'm biased. I don't really like crosses in general. I think that the spreads are way too wide. Rollover is terrible. And I mean, it really depends on your broker and how tight your spreads are and whatnot. But crosses are kind of a headache, in my opinion. But yeah, man. That's pretty much it. I have a video coming out this week. New content coming out. And yeah, I'm going to do a futures versus Forex type of video. But I'm fully on the futures wave, man. Fully on the futures wave. It's night and day. Amazing, amazing, amazing. With that being said, I did want to mention one other thing. For those of you that are looking for trustworthy prop firms, that are looking for, you know, very strong discounts on trustworthy prop firms, definitely check out Prop Firm Match. I'm going to pull it up real quick. I want to talk about it because I actually really like the tool. You know, I think what they're doing is sick. You know, I'm not going to talk about or mention something that I don't believe in. So let me just pull this up right here. So if you go to the browser, type in Prop Firm Match or just use my link in the description. I have an affiliate link with them, you know, full disclaimer. If my computer can load, would be great. Internet's not there. Love to see it. Let me pull it up over here. It loaded on my other one. Bro, what is good with my thing right now? Hold on, guys. All right, here you go. Highly recommend you guys check them out. You know, I'm not gonna mention or talk about something that I don't believe in. I think the tool in general is sick. You can do Forex, you can do futures. It has, you know, very, very reputable prop firms, and they have reviews and like verified reviews from traders that have received real payouts. And so this is a tool that I personally use as well. I check them out. You get points if you buy through them. Like I said, I am an affiliate. I have an affiliate link with them. So that's full disclaimer, full transparency. But again, I'm not going to promote or talk about something that I don't believe in. You know, I actually really like what they're doing, and I think it's great that they're talking about and showing prop firms that are extremely trustworthy. So make sure that you guys check out this tool right here. You can go through, you can kind of pick what you want. I do futures, so for me, I'm always going to be doing futures, and I want EOD drawdown. I don't like trailing drawdown. You can go ahead and check out. You can sort it by prices, see what has the best prices, account sizes, all these things. But I highly recommend checking out this tool for anything prop firm related, because it's just very, very detailed in what you want. You can figure out if you want Forex, futures, what type of account size, what has the best deals, and you get points with them. So highly recommend you guys check that out. Can you look at platinum and palladium? I can look at that real quick for you. Platinum and palladium. You're trading some random metals, brother. Like the future. I'm gonna look at the futures. Platinum. Oh my gosh. Straight chop on the monthly, bro. This is straight chop on the monthly. This is not what you want to see. I'm not a fan off the bat, brother. All right, wait. Let's see. Weekly. So these are the exteriors of the ranges. We swept the sell side. Now we have this external down here. You always want to frame your trades if you're operating within chop at the exterior of the ranges, and then target internal. Target the, you know, like basically 50% of the range, equilibrium of the range, if you want to call it that. We do have a weekly buy side imbalance down here, right? Price can offer fair value of this leg here, and then I would be gauging whether or not we can find support at this area here and head higher. If not, if we fail to offer fair value and invalidate that area, just look to target these lows down here and sell side. But we're operating within straight chop. This is interesting. The daily SIBI pointing lower. You could look to frame potential shorts towards that area on the weekly that I just mentioned. So this buy side, this order block right here, this leg, right? I'm looking for price to offer fair value here. And so that daily SIBI could be something you frame context or a trade idea off of. But yeah, that's nice to see the daily order flow flipping, and I'd be bearish towards this area here, and then I would be gauging on the 4 hour and the lower time frame order flow whether or not we respect that area of fair value right here, this overlapping order block and fair value gap. So yeah, that's how I would be operating out of this, but you are pretty much framing this idea within straight monthly chop, so keep that in mind. I always like to see trending markets from the top down. Palladium. Palladium is crazy. I was looking at it back here. I think I was trading some metals in the past. I think I traded copper, like the weird ones, copper, platinum, and mainly silver and gold. Monthly chop again. Weekly. This is a crazy trend line, bro. Crazy trend line. Tori Trades is eating off of this right now. I don't think she trades palladium, but she would be eating off of this right now. Okay. This is crazy trend line. Not gonna lie, for the trend line, guys. I wonder if that'll get ran. I don't have any like anything to pull from this price action right here. This is just straight chop. Overall monthly bearish order flow. I don't like how this looks though. This looks really bad. Weekly, no gaps. There's just no gaps anywhere to be found in price action. So what does that mean? There's no intention to do anything. It's just straight consolidation. I wouldn't waste longer than 5 seconds looking at this if it was me. You know, I'm just looking at it for you, but there's nothing to pull from here. The 4 hour is where you finally get some gaps to the downside. Bearish order flow flipped. Price is respecting internal, so you could look to target this sell side, but just not high probability at all, to be honest with you. When there's a lack of fair value gaps on the daily, weekly, and monthly all over, you know that it's low probability. We're just consolidating from the top down. So I just auto skip that. Like, I won't even waste 5 seconds looking at that. But that's just my blunt and honest opinion, bro. So hopefully that was a bit insightful. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for the forecast. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the Discord. I'll be live trading tomorrow on my Discord. So if you guys want to live trade with me, go to tradingpatiently.com. You can join the free trial. You'll be able to watch me live trade and ask questions, anything you want like that, for 7 days. And it's literally free for 7 days. If you don't like it, just cancel. It's a no-brainer. So go to tradingpatiently.com and check that out if you want to live trade with us this week. And yeah, if you're not and you're just in the free Discord, that's great too. I'll see you guys in there. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I hope you touched grass today because it was a bank holiday. So appreciate you guys.